Good evening, it's 7:40 p.m. at the capital city of Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. This is Today and I'm your host, Bilgute Tumuntimbril. International Day of Yoga or Yoga Day is celebrated annually on 21st of June. Therefore, I have invited Second Secretary of the Embassy of India, Mr. Ravi Shankar Goel, to talk about the activities to be held during the Yoga Day. Good evening, sir. Thank you for receiving our invitation.
Thank you very much. Good evening to you and to all your viewers.
Right. So let's start talking about yoga in general. What is yoga and how does it benefit?
Yoga has been practiced in India for the last 5,000 years.
Right.
It has evolved over a period of time. It is a complete science. And it is spreading all over the world now.
Right.
With the efforts of United Nations. Yoga is a union of individual consciousness with the universal consciousness which binds the human being with the universe. And yoga means, you know, how to add. It is an addition within the human being with the peace and harmony. So when we do yoga, we bring peace and harmony not only for ourselves, but for our family, for our society, and then to the whole world.
So does it connect with meditation?
Meditation is part of yoga.
Yeah.
So yoga is as I said, is a composite science which involves asanas, physical exercise, as well as meditation.
Meditation. Right. So why do we celebrate International Day of Yoga and since when has it started?
In 2014, my Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, proposed to the United Nations to designate one of the day for the Yoga Day, and 21st June was selected as International Day of Yoga. The resolution was supported by 175 countries and it was co-sponsored by 175 countries and supported by 177 countries. Mongolia was one of the countries which co-sponsored yoga to have a Yoga Day in United Nations. And in 2014 December, it was decided that 21st of June will be celebrated as International Day of Yoga everywhere in the world. So the first International Day of Yoga took place in 2015 worldwide. And in Mongolia, we celebrated it at Genghis Khan Square, which is now known as Sukhbatar Square, and more than 1,000 people participated in it.
Really?
Yes.
More than 1,000 at the Sukhbatar Square?
Yes.
Wow.
And not only we celebrated it at Sukhbatar Square, but we also celebrated in 2015 in 9 other AMEX on the same day.
And then people, did people participate?
Yes, they participated quite well, and yoga is quite popular in Mongolia. That's how it started. In the celebration of the International Day of Yoga. It is a United Nations event, but as yoga originated from India, so Indian Embassy takes the lead in organizing such events, but primarily it has become a global effort. So it is an event of Mongolia, it is an event of United Nations, it is an event of humanity.
Yeah, humanity, right. So in the frame, within the frame of celebrating Yoga Day, what is the Embassy of India doing? Like, what kind of activities are there?
Just to give you a little background, that in 2015 we had the first International Day of Yoga, then the second International Day of Yoga was celebrated in 2016, and this year we are celebrating it on 18th of June.
18th of June?
Instead of 21st of June.
Why?
The reason is that 18th of June falls on Sunday, and then we anticipate more people can come rather than on 21st of June, which would be a working day. And this is being supported by Government of Mongolia. We are very grateful to Mayor of Ulaanbaatar, who has allowed once more to host this event on Sukhbatar Square. And this is fully supported by Ministry of Foreign Affairs and we do anticipate and we do expect that His Excellency Mr. Mukhwargil would be participating probably with his family. That's what.
Is he going to be doing yoga there?
That we will leave it to him.
Okay.
Whether he does the yoga or not. Right. But we are very confident that he would be participating, and not only him as a member of parliament, we would be approaching the other members of parliament who are part of India-Mongolia caucus. So we do anticipate that some of them would also come, and yoga is very popular here. If you go around the city, you will find yoga centers, many places,
so many yoga
and I understand that there are already more than 30 yoga centers operating,
more than,
and we find that people are interested because it relieves the stress, it calms down the body, and when you are calm and quiet, your energy level goes up and you become more enthusiastic towards your work and social life. So it's benefiting. That shows that it is benefiting. And you might have heard about Art of Living, which has got more centers, and Shri Shri is quite popular here. Shri Shri Ravi Shankar, and he has visited Mongolia a couple of times. So this year we are celebrating the International Day of Yoga with the support of Government of Mongolia, the Art of Living, Brahma Kumaris, then there is a federation of yoga centers here and other yoga centers.
So they're all participating.
They all are participating, and the event is open to everyone. And through your program, I would like to invite all the viewers.
Yes.
Please do come and participate in the 3rd International Day of Yoga, which will be celebrated on 18th of June. That is Sunday, and we plan to have it in the morning. The assembly will start around 7, and then we will show some movie related to yoga, which would introduce what is yoga. And then the formal program can start at 8 o'clock when all the dignitaries are there. So it would be very interesting that more people are joining, and they are benefiting.
Yeah, of course. So they're benefiting from the yoga, and I myself interested in meditation and yoga, but I don't know how to choose what center I would go. As you mentioned, there are over 30 centers. Do they have different types of techniques, or I want to know more about the techniques and the types.
One of the objective of the International Day of Yoga celebration would be that we would be showing the correct practices of yoga. So the film that we plan to show will showcase the basic yoga asanas and how to do it. And we would try to show that movie in Mongolian, so that a large number of participants could understand it correctly, and then we would put it in the public domain also, so that people can watch it freely, or they can download and see what is the correct practice. Coming back to your question, that which yoga center you should choose, I would leave it to the individual choices. Once they know that what is the correct practice,
if
then,
we know
then,
the basics,
then it is for the individuals to decide, because sometimes you would try to have some yoga center which is close to your living place.
Of course, yes.
But there I would not be in position to recommend one yoga center or the other.
No, yes. So you will introduce the basics and the correct practice of yoga on the day, on the celebration
Yes,
day.
that's what our attempt is, so that people get familiarized to the correct yogic practices. That will help people understand that these are the yoga asanas which have been practiced for thousands of years, which have been agreed by the current masters in India, that this is how it needs to be done.
Right. So great. So everything will be free.
Yeah, everything is free.
No tax or no nothing.
Nothing. As I said, that we are grateful to Mayor of Ulaanbaatar who has given us the venue, and it's free of cost they are giving, and we will make other arrangements like stage and the other arrangements to showcase the movie on yoga, and then there would be a practical demonstration by the yogis of Ulaanbaatar city who are running their yoga centers, and the embassy is trying to bring
that's very
one yoga teacher from India.
The master yoga master from
yes,
India.
so that the Indian yoga teacher could demonstrate the yoga asanas and meditation practice. So we are working on it, and we are hopeful that somebody we will be able to bring from India.
Right, very interesting. I'm very interested in yoga because I have an experience. I've met several people who do yoga, and they tend to look very energetic and very young from their face.
You are correct, because people will find that that the persons who are practicing yoga continuously, regular basis, they can control their mind much better, because it's the mind which affects us more, because if it is turbulent all the time, then the body also gets affected. But with the yoga and meditation, people can calm down their mind, which helps. And important thing I would like to highlight, that yoga has nothing to do with any religion.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with any religion, because it is for the whole humanity. It is a complete science. Again, I would say, if you do a particular yoga posture, there is a clear definition what benefit will accrue, what benefit you can get out of that. And meditation is more or less related to the breathing exercises, and breathe is something which everybody does irrespective of our religion or where we live. As long as we are alive, we are breathing. So I would like to emphasize that yoga has nothing to do with any religion. It is for the humanity, it is for the benefit of humanity, and that is why now all the countries in the world are celebrating yoga day, and humanity is benefiting. And if one human is at peace, then the family is at peace.
Yes.
When family is at peace, then your immediate neighbor is at peace. When you have your neighborhood at peace, then the society is at peace, then the country, then the world. So in effect, by practicing yoga, what we are promoting is the peace in the world. Not only peace within, but peace outside.
Outside, yes. So everything starts from you, in a way, right? From one single person's attitude, person's peace of mind, etc. So let's talk about the Indian Embassy's activities. What kind of cultural and humanitarian activities are you guys doing in Mongolia? If you want to give us some.
India-Mongolia relations are quite old. Culturally, the relationship goes back to thousands of years. Again, Buddhism traveled from India to Mongolia, and culturally we are interlinked. But even in the modern times, India was one of the first country to recognize Mongolia as an independent country, and our diplomatic relations started in 1955. So we are one of the first embassies to be set up in Mongolia. So our political, cultural, economic relations are quite good, and in cultural things, we keep doing small things. In last year, we also had a conference on Genghis Khan's legacy and Indian culture in Mongolia. And similarly, small programs are organized, including the celebration of International Day of Yoga. Plus, we are also doing capacity building for our Mongolian friends. We give a lot of scholarships. On an average, our scholarship is about 200 every year.
200 students per year?
It's not only the students, but it is the government employees whom we send to India for training. Plus, we have certain educational scholarships running into 40 to 50, which are for higher education like graduation, post-graduation, and doctorate level also. Apart from that, we do train the defense personnel also of Mongolia.
Oh, really? Defense personnel?
Yes, so that's part of the capacity building that we do. In cultural field, to promote language, we are running Hindi language classes here free of cost. And we send about 4 to 5 Mongolian students
Where is
every
it being
year.
held?
It is in Daishiling Monastery, and it is free of cost. It is run, and every year we send about 4 to 5 Mongolian children to study in India the Hindi language. So that's another way of promoting culture. So these are the activities where we are trying to promote India and Mongolia relations in cultural field. And Buddhism is something which binds us, and
Yes.
lots of Mongolian Buddhists are studying in India, and at any given point of time, more than 200 Mongolian monks are studying in India. So our cultural relationship is not new, it's very, very deep. I would also like to highlight that we had our ambassador Bakula Rinpoche, who was a monk ambassador who stayed here for 10 years, and he established the monastery, Pathub Monastery, which is very popular.
Right. So well, thank you for very interesting takes, and I want to leave the last minute to you. And if you have anything to say to our audience in the last minutes, the minute is yours.
Thank you very much. I would like to invite all the viewers of Mongolian National Broadcasters, this program, that please do come and participate in good numbers with your families on the 3rd International Day of Yoga. It is on 18th of June, Sunday.
Yeah, it's a Sunday, right?
Yes, it's a Sunday, so it's a free day, and please do take benefit of this very good event where you can learn the new techniques, but the proper techniques of yoga.
Right.
The yoga teachers will demonstrate the techniques. You will get to know more about the facilities which are already available. And the deserving candidates could also be sent to India to learn yoga. Recently, we have just sent one yoga teacher to India to have 1 month program there, and we are paying the cost, airfare, and the stay, and the
expenses,
everything. So it is basically to help yourself. So to help yourself, please come join this very important day, which would not only help you, but help your families, your society, and everybody will be benefited.
Yes, of course. Well, I'm also calling all our audience to there, and I will be there too.
Thank you very much.
That's all for today. Thank you for being with us. You're watching MM Today. We'll see you on Tuesday with more news and updates. Have a good one. Bye-bye.